Delivering presentations is something that a lot of people dread, especially if you have to stand up in front of large numbers of people and deliver a presentation about your product or service. People worry about it. People worry about it both in business circumstances, if they have to do it personally. They have to do a best man speech or anything like that. And it's understandable. It can be a very nerve-wracking experience. However, there's a few things that you can do to really, really help yourself just to make things in life a little bit easier. And the first one, which is obvious, is preparation. Know your material. If you know it well, it just removes so many doubts. So if you're going to do a presentation, I would personally advise that you have it ready at least a week, minimum a week before you need to do it, and you practice it. Practice it in front of your pets, in front of your family, in front of your friends, in front of your colleagues, whatever it is. The more times you do it, the more times you practice it, the better you will become and the more confident you will become. One tip I was once given years ago was that if you're ever nervous about a presentation, do it in front of a mirror, present it to yourself in front of the mirror, and make sure you keep eye contact with yourself, because there's nothing more off-putting than presenting to yourself. If you could do that, presenting to people, now is really, really easy. Now, the key ingredient for some great speeches or presentations is one thing, and there's millions of them out there. If you go onto YouTube, you can see them. People like Martin Luther King, Steve Jobs is very good, Michelle Obama, is that they show passion. Now, I would say for the topics they are dealing with, it's a little bit easier to show passion. There's a lot more emotive side of things. If you are in a business-to-business sales environment and you've got quite a dry product, it is a little bit more difficult. But if you believe in what you're doing and you have confidence, passion will come across. There is different ways of showing passion. So believing in your product, believing in your company comes across, and it's absolutely infectious. Another thing people talk about is the different presentation aids you can use. Probably the most common is PowerPoint. I use PowerPoint, I will admit a lot. It's not a case of death by PowerPoint. There's nothing worse than seeing a slide with just reams and reams of text on there. Essentially the presenter coming up and standing and reading off a PowerPoint. Anyone could do that. Presentation materials should be used as well as what they say they are. They're aids to what you do. So showing visuals, showing diagrams, showing graphs, showing pictures of people, just to emphasize the point that you have. So that's what I would say on that. Fine to use them, whatever you feel comfortable with, but don't go over the top and don't have reams and reams of text. The other thing is to do with how you kind of lay out your presentation. It needs to be consistent. So if you've got a background or you've got certain colours or fonts, just keep it consistent. There's nothing worse in an audience if you see a presentation that's a little bit all over the place, because you actually forget about what the person's saying and concentrate on that, and it distracts you from the important message. And then the final point I'd like to say about any presentation is the acronym KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't go into too much detail. You don't have to make the matter complex. Keep it as simple as possible. Because for most presentations, you need to bear in mind, if you've got an audience of 15, 20, 30, 100 people, everybody's got different expertise, everybody's got different knowledge, so you have to kind of keep it to essentially the lowest common denominator in the room. You know your audience. If you're in a room full of very technical people, and then obviously then you can be a bit more complex, but generally keep it as simple as possible and leave any more complex discussions to happen in a Q&A type of situation. So don't be afraid to interact with people as well. On presentations, if I ever do, I always try to ask a question early on, just to get everyone else involved. People feel like they need to they can get involved and ask you questions. It makes it a lot more comfortable experience for anybody. And lastly, enjoy it. It's fun. I the first few times I did presentations in front of large groups of people, very, very nervous. But once you've done it a few times, I'll tell you what, the buzz after you walk off is fantastic. So go out there and enjoy it.